Почитувани, добар ден. Гостин во неделното интервју на Радио Слободна Европа е шефот на Канцеларијата за врски со НАТО, господинот Зоран Јанкович. Државата е на чекор до станување на рамноправна членка во НАТО. До сега 22 од 29 земји членки го ратификува протоколот. Можно ли е в декември в Лондон оваа држава да стане полноправна членка на НАТО?
To answer directly, however, of course, there was a strong signal from the last NEC meeting here in Skopje and from Secretary General that we all wish that you become a full member by the December high-level meeting. However, you know that the currently situation, as you mentioned, already 22 member states ratified protocol. Some of them has already deposited instruments of ratification in Washington. But of course, there are some other members that the process is still pending. It is not controlled, the process I mean, by NATO or by Secretary General. It is a process held by national governments, so it is up to them to complete the process. We're expecting soon that there will be more of those countries that will ratify protocol. However, Spain is currently without government. They are in front of elections, so we can expect some delays because of this process in Spain. But we are all positive and we hope that process will finish as soon as possible.
Доколку настане одредено одложување, каква е процедурата после тоа?
It doesn't depend on any kind of, let's say, official gathering or ministerial or whatever. So you can become a full member state on any date after the last country ratify protocol.
Американскиот државен секретар Мајк Помпео при неговата посета во Охрид изјави дека треба, односно предупреди дека треба да внимаваме на руското и кинеското влијание во земјава. Како може да се заштитиме од тоа?
Well, we are talking about hybrid threats, of course. They are all over the world, not only in this country, not only in this region, but it is, of course, of special interest for many, let's say, big players all around the world. So I can say that for sure we identified such kind of activities. We are trying to track everything and to tackle with those threats. We identified that they are more intensified through different important, let's say, activities within different countries, like referendum, like I don't know, changes of a constitution, or maybe before elections in those periods. So we see that those activities are identified and intensified.
Може ли по-конкретно за каков вид на хибридни закани зборуваме за случувањата во земјава?
Well, we are mostly, I would say that it is about disinformation, fake informations, and such kind of activities that can persuade person that let's say alliance or membership in alliance are not good for this country because this or that, but however they are dealing with in fact with fake news, with fake informations, So how to persuade people that you are not on the right track?
Кои земји од регионов се позагрозени од другите и на кој начин?
Well, it is hard to say, but definitely it is harder for them to reach audience within NATO member states. So they are trying to concentrate on those countries that are still partnership members or on the path toward full membership.
Македонската армија од 2002 учествува во мисиите на НАТО. Какви промени ќе се случат со членството во алијансата и како ќе се зголемат обврските на македонските војници?
Well, we can expect that. Of course, we appreciate your participation in different missions, not only NATO-led missions like Resolute Support Mission, but also UN and EU missions that you participate. You have currently 51 personnel on the different missions in Althea, in Resolute Support, and in UNIFIL. And now, of course, it will be possibility for your participation not only on missions, but also in other possible activities of NATO, like NATO response forces, enhanced forward presence, and so on. It is, of course, up to national authorities to decide where to participate, but it is a kind of how to say, it is a kind of work of NATO. And part of activities that are written in a strategic concept. So beside Article 5, of course, preparation, there are also crisis response operation activities.
Колку и каков вид на опрема треба да набави македонската армија за да ги достигне стандардите на НАТО?
We have to agree, I believe, that current equipment is obsolete. You did not invest for many years in modernization, and now we can hardly say which kind of equipment you have to buy. But of course, one of that is interoperable with other member states, which means that we are talking about integration of your armed forces into NATO, and of course about standardization. We have some standards that you have to apply through NATO defense planning process, through modernization, through acquisition process, that of course you will have to follow if you would like to participate in any kind of operation. However, of course, you do your best even now through training and education and exercises. You conducted here in North Macedonia in this year one very big exercise with together around 2,500 soldiers participated in this exercise. And you prove that you are somehow integrated because you try to do this through partnership processes up to now, but now it will be part of NATO process, NATO defense planning process, combat readiness evaluation, and so on.
За колку пари зборуваме? Колку и каква опрема треба да набави македонската армија во наредните неколку години?
It is question of a long-term capability development plan that you set, of course. It is a plan for next 10 years. We are talking about pledge 2% of GDP. But however, I have to say that because there are some misinformation about you will have to spend 2% of GDP and give it to NATO budget. It is not true, of course. It is about 1.5 million regular annual fee for NATO budget. The rest is going for your modernization, for your operations and maintenance, and for salaries for your soldiers. So we are talking about 20% approximately of this 2% budget that will be dedicated for transformation and modernization purposes.
Владата најави дека до 2024 година ќе го достигне стандардот од 2% од БДП за трошоци за одбрана. Какви мерки други треба да преземе државата за да ги достигне критериумите на НАТО?
It is not only about budget, of course. Yes, as I already said, you will have approximately 50% for salaries, 30% for operations and maintenance, and 20% for modernization. However, it is not modernization only. It is a question of readiness, and the question of readiness brings education, training, exercises, and of course your participation in missions, your contribution in NATO command structure, NATO force structure. You will increase your participation in your delegation in NATO HQ, in NATO commands, and so on. So this is what we are talking about. So you will have to synchronize your processes with those that we are dealing within the alliance.
Ви благодарам за разговорот.
Thank you.
Вам, почитувани, ви благодарам што го следевте неделното интервју на Радио Слободна Европа. До гледање.